guys, got an Ubers match here. This is my first Ubers match on YouTube, and this is against OmegaPit. So, haven't been playing Ubers for that long, neither is he. This is actually his first match, so we'll see how this goes. I lead off with Yoda, my Smeargle, and this is in fact a fair Smeargle. So, it has a sash, it's going to live anything that hits it, and it's going to be endeavouring stuff. So, he water spouts, which is really good for me, and I set up an agility, just so I can outspeed everything else. So now I get my agility up, and I'm going to go for a Spore, because just I can do that. So I Spore, and he brings in Giratina, which is the one thing that I can not do anything to at all, just because it's a ghost, and Endeavour doesn't affect it, so that just sucks completely. So I decide to switch out, and I go to my TARDIS, Dialga, and this is a special support Dialga set, and it's really, really, really good. So he goes out to Lugia, and I set up some Stealth Rocks, so that's good for me, and I get my SR up nice and early. So here I go for a Thunder Wave, and he sets up his Reflect. Now, most of my physical sweepers are sort of late game players, so I don't really worry about Reflect that much. I go for a Dragon Pulse just to see how much it does, and it does a decent amount, whereas his Ice Beam does practically nothing, so that's good for me. And I'm going to go for another Dragon Pulse here. He's probably going to switch out. So, yeah. He switches and he goes to his Dialga. Now, I go for a Dragon Pulse and it does, it does a decent amount. So I'm thinking this thing's more physically based than special. But I'm not quite sure. So I go for a T-Wave here just because paralyzing him is good. And I get the Parahax on him, which is really nice for me. So now I'm going to try and take him down with some more Dragon Pulses. I go for a Dragon Pulse, he gets paralyzed again. So, basically, if I get another Parahax here, then he's done for. That's the end. He's got nothing left. But luckily for him, he lives and he rests. And he doesn't get the Parahax, so that's good for him. But that was really crucial for me that I didn't get the Parahax there, because it meant that this Dialga was really, really able to wreak havoc during the rest of this match. So he gets a bulk up, and that's alright. So I go out to Yoda, and I'm going to go for an Endeavour. He switches out to Giratina, nothing I can do, so yeah, that sucks for me. So I'm going to switch out here, and I'm going to go right back to someone else. I think I'm not sure who I go to. I go to Palkia. I go to my Palkia, which is pretty awesome, and he gets a first turn Wake, which is pretty gay, and he gets a Calm Mind up. So, I'm thinking what to do. I decide to go for a Spatial Rend, just to see how much it does. And seeing his HP go down, I know I've got a crit, and that just sucks. So, I got a crit on his Giratina. That's really gay, and that sucks for him. So, he goes out to a Mew, and I just decide to stay in and Surf, knowing that I'm probably going to be faster. I do outspeed and Surf, one hit KOs it thanks to the rain. So Palkia is looking pretty good here. He switches out to his Dialga, I think, here. No, he goes to his Darkrai. And I know for a fact that Darkrai outspeeds Palkia, so I go to Yoda as Death Fodder to take the Dark Void or whatever else. And here I should have really gone for an Ice Shard. If I'd gone for an Ice Shard here, this may have changed the game completely, just because I got that tiny bit of extra damage on him. But you never know. So I didn't go for it, and I just let him die, but it doesn't matter that much. So I go out to Wet my Kyogre, which is awesome, and I go for a Thunder, predicting a switch to his Kyogre, but he actually goes out to his own Dialga, so that does basically nothing to Dialga. So here I go to Tyrannus, and I am going to try and get some sort of Spatial Rend going on, trying to take him down with the special side. So I hit him with Spatial Rend, and it does not as much as I hoped, which was really, really annoying. And a 1 bulk up Dragon Claw is going to OHKO Palkia, so that was huge that I lost Palkia. Could have been really, really useful later on. So I go out to Giratina, and I'm going to go for, I don't know, I go for the Will-O-Wisp, but he rests up predicting that, and that sucks for me. So, I'm not really sure what to do. I decide to stay in and just Dragon Claw to see how much it'll do. But he Sleep Talks and gets another rest, which sucks. and Dragon Claw does nothing at all. So I know that this is a war that I'm not going to win. So I'm going to have to switch, or I'm just going to have to wait for him to just stop doing random crap. So I Dragon Claw, like, hoping for a crit or something. I don't get it. And, yeah, this pretty much sucks. So I'm just waiting for him to wake up so that I can do something and, like, switch maybe. So I predict his wake, and I go for the Will-O-Wisp. So now I have the Will-O-Wisp on him, I know I can get a safe switch in, which is good for me. So yeah, that's pretty good. So now I'm gonna switch into Kyogre because I can get a safe switch, and he goes for a Sleep Talk, which was a misclick on his part. So that pretty much sucks for him. So here I decided to go for an Ice Beam just to see how much it would do, because I wasn't sure how much Water Spout would do. So he rests up, Ice Beam does like nothing, and this Dialga's really getting in my way now. I was on top of things earlier on the match, but it's just completely reaping through my team now. So yeah, it pretty much sucks. So I decided to stay in, go for another Ice Beam, and maybe get a crit. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like, whatever, I'm just going to batter away at this thing. And he Sleep Talks, get another bulk up, and he's just getting infinity attack and defense boosts, and not a whole lot I can do. So I decided to go out to Giratina. He wakes up and rests, which sucks for me. So yeah, I've just sped this thing up even faster because this was just me stalling, waiting for him to kill my Giratina. And yeah, just so I could fit the video onto YouTube as well. So this is just a bit of stalling, and yeah, eventually Giratina goes down because I just want to get a free switch in. Okay, so here I decide to go out to Dialga, just because I want to get some more damage on this thing. So I go for a Dragon Pulse, and it does a decent amount. He Dragon Claws me, I expect to die, but for some reason he must have got like complete minimum damage or something, because I live with 29 HP, so that was pretty epic. So I just decided to go for another Dragon Pulse, get a free hit in, which is pretty sweet, and he takes me out with another Dragon Claw. So my only hope really here is to go out to Kyogre and hope that a Water Spout will KO. And I know that Water Spout's really damn powerful. I've actually seen it OHKO a Dialga before. So I get a crit, and I'm not sure if that mattered or not, just because Water Spout is just so powerful, even though it's resisted. So yeah, I wasn't sure. He goes out to Kyogre, and I decide to stay in because I don't want to switch to Rayquaza because it'll take damage from Thunder. So he hits me, I go for a Water Spout, which is pretty stupid, and it does like nothing to Kyogre, so that sucks. So here I switch to Rayquaza, just like as death fodder, just so I can change my move with Kyogre next time. But yeah, I live that Thunder, and now I know I'm gonna die because I'm slower. But Thunder misses. I was like, how did that happen? Because Rain makes it always hit. And then I realized that Rayquaza's ability was Weather Lock or whatever the hell it is, which stops weather effects happening and stuff. So that was insane for me. I get the outrage off, kill Kyogre, and kill his Lugia, and now I'm pretty much certain I can win, because he only has Darkrai left, and I have Scarf Kyogre and Rayquaza. So I go for my third outrage, and it turns out he's faster, and he sets up a sub, so now I'm getting scared, because he could actually win this. If I hit myself in confusion next turn, he gets a sub up, and then he wins. If I hit him without getting confused, I win. So it's all on this move, and I hurt myself. So that was basically the game right there, and there was nothing I could do. So I bring out Kyogre, I Surf to take out the sub, but he's going to Thunder, and that's going to take out my Kyogre. So that was a great game. OmegaPit went right down to the nail, and yeah, comment, rate, subscribe, guys, and yeah, I will see you next time, maybe for another Uber battle. Peace.